What's going on, diecast enthusiasts? Happy Sunday morning. Just got home from a long night of work, and I just feel like, I just wanted to look at some of my Johnnies, so I got them out, and I figured I would just show a few of them on video. Basically, these are probably a group of my favorite toolings from Johnny Lightning, starting with this Chevy Caprice wagon. Now the lighting is just really bad in here tonight. So this is from the, I think it's Learning Curve, Projects in Progress. This one's kind of hard to find nowadays. I think this one would set you back between $20 and $30. It's a really cool car though, real heavy metal base. My favorite Caprice wagon from Johnny, it's either this one or the K9 Police. Those are the two. So that's a really cool one. This one here is from post relaunch, so this is a round 2, and I think it shows because the castings, these F-150s before the relaunch, were pretty nice, but they weren't nearly as nice. Here, I'll show them real quick. I guess in this case it's probably about as nice. I don't know. This is just a John Deere. So this one, I think this one might have been Playing Mantis, but it could be Learning Curve too. It has a metal base. So this is kind of how they were before. But like even the Lightning, I have a couple of the Ford Lightning, and they're just not as nice as the round 2 version of it. So, but I do like this casting from Johnny Lightning. It's a pretty cool casting. It's a very authentic looking replica. Only thing is the scale. It's probably closer to 1 to 70. It's a little bit small for 1 to 64. But I've learned none of the brands are perfect except Auto World. M2s run a little big. Green lights, you have some that are a little big, some that are a little small, but overall they're pretty close. I really don't get too caught up in that if they're close to 1 to 64 scale. That's my criteria, is as long as it's close to 1 to 64 scale and as long as it has authentic looking detail. That's kind of what I look for. And you definitely get that with most Johnny Lightning castings. This F-150 definitely being one of them. It's actually a really nice truck. So that's one. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's look at this one. Chevy Caprice. Caprice Police. This would be your undercover police car, or maybe a FBI or detective car. I do have the JLPD, which is like a navy blue with white police writing, and it's got a light bar on top. But I do prefer the civilian models, and this is closer to a civilian model. I also have this in a taxi. I also have the Impala, which I think is the same tooling, if I'm not mistaken. I only have one of those Impalas, though. I would definitely like to get a couple more. Here's an awesome casting. These things have gotten ridiculous, too, in price. Easy to see why with these, though. First thing is, I don't think anybody else makes one of these in this scale. I know Hot Wheels does not. I know Greenlight and Auto World and M2 do not. The only one that might is Matchbox. But if Matchbox makes a Cherokee, I promise you it's not nearly this nice. This one here is Tomy. So you have a plastic base. I've just gotten accustomed to those as a collector of import stuff. To me, you don't have to have a metal base to have a nice die-cast car. Kyosho has proven that. So, really cool Jeep Cherokee. Awesome looking. Another off-road truck, International Scout. Now, I can tell you with confidence that the Round 2 Scouts are looking much, much nicer than the Learning Curve and Tomy Scouts. The Tomy Scouts, they were awesome back in the day, but compared to these, I think they're kind of ugly. What's nice about the Tomy era Scouts, though, is a lot of them had lift kits on them. So I would really like to see that from Round 2. I'd also like to see that from Round 2 on this casting. This casting is one of Johnny's best castings. I mean, from this angle, it's hard to tell if that's a Greenlight or a Johnny. And they went the extra step on this one. Let's see if I can show these bumper stickers. A ton of detail. Very nice truck. All right. Another Chevy truck. We have the Tahoe. Or as the Canadians call it, the Tahoe. This is another cool truck too. Now this is Playing Mantis era. This is an old Johnny Lightning. I think it's like, yeah, 97. Now back in 97, this right here was as premium as it got. Metal body, metal base, rubber tires with tread, all the detail. Headlights, tail lights, the grill. I mean, this, back then, you know, you had Revell, which they weren't making anything like this, and they were really tough to find even back then. You also had Racing Champs, which, you know, they made some okay ones. But Johnny Lightning was pretty much the premium brand back then. Ertl made some really nice stuff too, but I don't think they did anything in the four-wheel drive variety. All right, so I got three more that I want to show in this video. So in no particular order, another one that I absolutely love. And they did this one right. Some of the other ones that have come out under the Round 2 name have had the small tires on them, and they look horrible. But in this case, with these wheels and tires, it looks amazing. This is a sick, just a sick Jeep. Opening tailgate. By the way, I dropped this on my tile floor. I just thought I'd mention that because there's not even so much as a little ding on it. I dropped the M2 Camaro and it just about blew up. Oh, dented the hood. Looks like it's been in a wreck. This thing is just so awesome. Everything is authentic. That's a factory color option from Jeep. That's a factory color interior. So much detail. And Greenlight actually makes the Grand Wagoneer now. The problem is it's not 1:64 scale. It's 1:43. Or is it 1? I think 1:43. Might be 1:24. Anyways, Greenlight, we want to see this in 1:64 from you so we can compare it with the Johnny. If Greenlight would make a nicer one than this, that would be a really nice truck. Because this thing is so nice from a quality and detail standpoint. It stacks up with Auto World, in my opinion. Not this tooling, although the tooling does have all the great detail. I'm talking about this specific release with this color, the grille, the bumpers, the headlights, taillights. All the detail in this is equal to what you get with Auto World. That's how nice this casting is. So I'd love to see Greenlight pick that one up in 1:64. All right, we got two more. These two are actually probably the two most expensive non-chase cars in my White Lightning collection, or in my Johnny Lightning collection. We'll start with this one. Just announced they are bringing these out in the Gone Fishing. They should hit in December or January. And yes, I will be buying both variations of it. I think one of them is actually topless. But yeah, I'll definitely be getting those. This is another one. I'd kind of like to see a lift on this. This is your Toyota BJ40 Land Cruiser. These things will set you back about 20 to 30. That price might come down with the new ones coming out. Either that or the new ones will instantly go up. It's hard to say. They are hobby exclusives. So you're not going to find them at Hobby Lobby. You're going to have to go to a distributor or a hobby shop or secondary market. I've got mine on order, so good to go. But I have a feeling those two might be pretty tough to get just because, you know, Johnny Lightning Land Cruisers are expensive. And it's easy to see why, because honestly, I have the Tomica Limited Vintage. And yes, there's no question the TLV is nicer, but it's not that much nicer. I mean, it's a lot nicer, but it's not like a lot nicer. I think if this was true to scale, like the Tomica, man, it would be tough. It would be tough. This is such a nice casting. I dig it. I love it. All right, and then this last one. Easily the most valuable Johnny Lightning in my collection. This is actually more valuable than all my White Lightnings. And it is not a White Lightning. I think the White Lightning version of this is probably $150. But this is the Hurst Olds. Not to be confused with the Hurst Olds, the other one. Let me actually pull that out. This car here that you're looking at is very, very rare. It's not a car you can just go to eBay and buy. Actually, maybe you can, but go ahead and check eBay and see what they're selling for. This is the more common one that you can find really easily. But even the price of this one here has doubled in the last 12 months. I think these Projects in Progress cars are like over $20 now. And it's nice, but it's not as nice. So the Projects in Progress is an 84, and then this one here is an 83, but they are the same tool. Yeah, I don't know. There's your before and after. But the Projects in Progress, easy car to find. The Classic Gold, very, 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 very hard to find. It must be like a really, really limited production on this car. Because, I know I say a lot of stuff is hard to find. This right here is super hard to find. But it is very, very cool. I like it. I actually like that car quite a bit. It's pretty dope. BF Goodrich radials. So that concludes the video. On the racetrack, we got Johnny Lightning, Heavy Metal's favorite Johnny Lightning toolings. All right. If my camera cuts off, I'm going to just wrap it up. It might do that. Hopefully not, but it might. But real quick, I want to look at some honorable mentions. I have some other Blazers. We have some round 2 Blazers and some, I think, Learning Curve. We have another BJ40 Land Cruiser. This guy here, though, that's not your typical BJ40 Land Cruiser there. That is the Champion DJK Headlight Special. I bet it's the only one that does that. Here's another Learning Curve International Scout in chrome. Daisy Dukes Jeep. A tire swapped Grand Wagoneer. There's a White Lightning Jeep. Here's what I was talking about, those little tires. It really looks goofy. And I am not a fan of the Johnny Lightning Ford Bronco casting. It's terrible compared to the Greenlight. And then here's some more of these wagons. There's the K9 I was talking about. Some other wagons. And then on the back side, here's another, there's a Tomy International. And see how bad that is compared to the round 2. Good thing about that one, though, is it's a chase. These are all round 2. Gone fishing. There's another round 2 F-150 in the variant color. There's the Walker Texas Ranger, Dodge Ram, Chevy HHR, another Dodge Ram, little Typhoon, couple more Tahoes, couple more Cherokees, couple of race cars. That's just one jammer. But those are the type of Johnnies I like to collect. You know, you have to be careful with Johnny Lightnings. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've started a trade with somebody and they say, well, what do you like? And I say, well, I like hard to find Johnny Lightning stuff. And then they send you a bunch of pictures of like the old fucking, sorry, I just slipped an F word. But they'll send you pictures of like the old early 90s where they don't even look like real cars. They look like little spaceships with wheels. Like, oh man, I have a bunch of Johnny Lightning, and it's just like all total garbage. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. But hardcore collectors know which Johnny Lightnings to go after because we all go after the same ones. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Happy Football Sunday. Hopefully the Broncos can get a win. I'm not counting on it because they're playing a very good football team. So hopefully if they don't win, I will at least win my fantasy game that I have. I got off to a nice start with Matt Forte the other night, so we'll see what happens. Until the next one, you all take care. I will holler at the next video.